Have you ever been scrolling late at night and an ad just stops you? It's not flashy, it's quiet. You see a sweet, elderly couple sitting on their floral print sofa. The man, maybe he's named Arthur, puts his arm around his wife, Eleanor. She smiles, a little tired but genuine, and starts talking directly to you. She explains how a small family-owned company's new gadget saved them hundreds on their heating bill. It's a story that feels warm, honest, and deeply personal. It feels real. You find yourself nodding along thinking, wow, good for them. Maybe I should check that out. And that's the moment the trap is sprung, because Arthur and Eleanor, they don't exist. They never did. Their faces, their voices, their entire story, it's all a sophisticated lie, woven from lines of code. This isn't some far-off, futuristic problem you see in sci-fi movies. This is happening right now, today, on the very device you're using. On this day, October 9th, 2025, countless people will be tricked by these digital ghosts. The tactic of using completely fabricated AI-generated video testimonials is spreading like wildfire across social media platforms. It's a new frontier in scams, one that preys on our most basic human instincts, our desire to connect with and trust other people. These clips are designed to bypass your rational brain and speak directly to your heart, making you feel a connection to a story that is nothing more than a marketing strategy. The cozy living room is a stock image, the smiles are computer-generated, and the heartfelt recommendation is just text typed into a machine. The danger lies in its effectiveness. For decades, advertisers have known that personal stories sell. A recommendation from a friend, or someone who looks like a friend, is more powerful than any glossy corporate campaign. Now, artificial intelligence has given scammers the power to manufacture those friends on an industrial scale. They can create thousands of different versions of Arthur and Eleanor, each tailored to a specific audience, each looking just as trustworthy as the last. This isn't just about a clever ad, it's a fundamental breakdown of trust online. We are entering an era where seeing is no longer believing, and the most convincing person you see on your screen might be the least real. What makes this trend so alarming is its rapid acceleration. A year ago, creating a believable fake video required a team of experts and a Hollywood-level budget. Today, it can be done by a single person with a laptop and a few cheap subscription services. Generate a fake human face, clone a voice, and animate a video that is good enough to fool most people, most of the time. The barrier to entry for this kind of deception has all but vanished, and bad actors are rushing in to exploit this new, unregulated territory. The fake elderly couple is just the beginning of a much larger, more pervasive problem. So, how does a scammer conjure a person out of thin air? It's simpler than you might think, and it doesn't require a degree in computer science. The process is like a digital assembly line for lies. It starts with a script, the story they want their fake person to tell. This product changed my life. I've never felt better. I trust this small business completely. The script is then fed into an AI voice generator. These programs can create incredibly realistic human speech, complete with pauses, inflections, and emotional tones. The scammer can choose the gender, the accent, the age, creating the perfect voice to match the story they want to sell. The voice of kind, gentle Eleanor isn't a recording of a real person. It's just a sound file generated from text. Next comes the face. This is where it gets truly unsettling. AI face generators create unique, photorealistic people who never existed. They're trained on massive databases of real faces. They can produce infinite new faces. Or scammers take a stock video of a person sitting and nodding. Then they use face swap or deepfake tools to paste a generated face onto that actor. This lets them control the background, the clothing, the general setting, making it look like a real home phone video. The goal, amateurish and authentic, not slick and professional. With the voice and face ready, the final step is to combine them. Animation software, often AI-powered, takes the audio and syncs mouth movements to the words. This is called lip syncing. Early versions were clunky and easy to spot, but today's tech can be eerily accurate. The software analyzes sounds, oohs, ahs, ems, and moves the digital lips to match. They add blinks, slight head tilts, subtle eyebrow movements to sell the performance. Let's go back to our elderly couple, Arthur and Eleanor, because they are the perfect case study in how this deception works. The choice of an elderly couple is a masterstroke of psychological manipulation. In many cultures, we are conditioned to trust our elders. We associate them with wisdom, honesty, and a lack of guile. They seem to be from a generation that valued integrity over a quick buck. When Eleanor speaks, her slightly wrinkled face and her soft, calm voice trigger a sense of safety and familiarity. You don't see a salesperson, you see a grandmother. This emotional connection is established in seconds, long before you have a chance to critically analyze what you're watching. The clip is expertly crafted to feel authentic. The lighting isn't perfect. It might look like it's just from a lamp in their living room. The camera might be a little shaky, as if Arthur is holding the phone himself. There might even be a dog barking faintly in the background. These small imperfections are intentional. They are designed to mimic a real user-generated video. A professional, high-budget commercial screams advertisement, which puts our guard up. But a simple, homespun video feels like a genuine recommendation from a real person. We let our defenses down because the presentation feels trustworthy, even if the content is a complete fabrication. This fake clip is the first step in a carefully planned sales funnel. The goal isn't necessarily to sell on the spot. Its primary job is to get you to click. The video builds an emotional bridge of trust, and at the end, a link appears. Learn more about the product that helped us. Because you now trust Arthur and Eleanor, you're far more likely to click that link. That click takes you to a sales page, often filled with more fake reviews, a ticking clock to create urgency, and claims that seem too good to be true. But because the seed of trust was planted, you overlook the red flags. Clip leads to trust leads to a click, and the click leads to a sale. You enter your credit card and receive a cheap, low-quality product, or nothing at all. The scammer pockets the money and is already using their AI tools to create the next fake couple. The elderly couple video is a disposable tool, endlessly replicated to exploit kindness and trust. The core reason this trick is so successful is that it hijacks the fundamental wiring of our brains. Humans are social creatures who have relied on facial cues and storytelling to judge trust for hundreds of thousands of years. A smiling face, a calm tone of voice, a relatable story, powerful signals of safety and community. AI-generated clips are engineered to mimic these cues. They're not just fake videos, they're counterfeit trust signals. When we see what appears to be a real person sharing a vulnerable or positive experience, our brains respond with empathy and belief, not skepticism. Scammers are exploiting a feature of our humanity, not a bug. This problem is growing exponentially because the tech enabling it is becoming more accessible and sophisticated every day. Deepfakes once belonged to researchers and VFX artists. Now, user-friendly apps can create faces, clone voices, and animate them with a few clicks. Any person with malicious intent can become a digital puppeteer. The cost is plummeting while realism skyrockets, a perfect storm for a tidal wave of online deception. The business model is brutally effective. Scammers push content to millions for very little money. They target with precision, ensuring the fake elderly couple appears to seniors, the fake young mother to new parents. UGC-style videos fly under moderation. By the time one is removed, 100 more, with different faces and scripts, are live. It's digital whack-a-mole with endless moles. We are at a tipping point. What starts with shoddy gadgets can evolve into fake politicians, fake financial advisors, fake doctors. The technology doesn't care about the content. It can be applied to any agenda. The spread of these clips erodes our ability to believe what we see online, polluting the information ecosystem and making everyone more vulnerable to manipulation. Protecting yourself begins with a new kind of digital literacy, one that prioritizes healthy skepticism over instant belief. The most powerful tool you have is awareness. Now that you know convincing fake people can be generated by AI, you can watch videos with a more critical eye. Look for subtle tells. Are the blinks oddly regular? Does the mouth move a little too smoothly? Does the voice lack human imperfection? Often the fakes are just a little too perfect. However, as AI improves, spotting visual flaws will become nearly impossible. Therefore, the most reliable defense is not to focus on the video itself, but to verify the claims around it. First, before you even think about buying, pause and investigate. Open a new tab and search the company name with words like scam, review, complaint. If it's truly life-changing, you'll find real discussion on independent forums like Reddit, on established review sites, or in news articles. If all you find is the company's own website and a handful of suspiciously perfect video ads, that is a massive red flag. Second, seek out genuine, independent proof. Don't trust testimonials on the product's sales page. They can be faked too. Look for reviews on third-party retailers or in-depth videos from established YouTubers. A real product has a real-world footprint, positive, negative, and mediocre reviews. No company history, no physical address, and no independent feedback. Don't trust them with your money. Finally, report and warn. Flag suspected fake AI-generated ads. Each report helps platforms detect this content. Tell your friends and family. Share what you've learned. Explain to your parents, your grandparents, or your children that convincing fake videos are now a reality. The more people who are aware, the less effective this becomes.